Hey, how's it going, guys? Kid Prepper. So today I'm making a video about going on a scavenger hunt, and I'm gonna walk along the beach and look for stuff that normally I would look at, and most of us would look at, like garbage, but in an emergency or survival situation, it could help you survive, and it could come in handy. Okay, so we made it to the beach, and the only thing I brought was a backpack to collect some stuff to see at the end of the scavenger hunt to see what I was able to collect, and I brought a knife in case I need to like cut something to get it. Just that. Let's start searching. Okay, we started the search and we already found a slipper shoe. Kind of disgusting, so I'm not going to pick it up, but in a survival situation you could wash that off and walk around the jungle with it and maybe find another one for your other foot, because protect your feet somewhat. So we have lots of beach to cover, but what you can do is kind of like look for containers that could come in handy and just see what you find. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at like the top of where the water, when the tide comes all the way to high tide, comes all the way up to here or there, so it leaves all the garbage and stuff and wood at the top. So that's where I'm going to walk, because as you can see I'm not going to get anything down there, but along up here near to the plants, that's where I'll find goodies. So not only will you find stuff that could come in handy, but also if you're trying to make a fire and you go to the beach, you can find tons of dry wood. If it hasn't rained in a little while, tons of dry wood that you can use like firewood, and it saves you from having to try to chop up dead trees. Okay, I just found a pen, and it's an old pen. I don't think it's gonna work, but it has some electrical tape wrapped around up here. I don't know why, but that tape is probably good and it could probably come in handy. Okay, I found some rope right here. So that's cordage, and that can help you set up a shelter or whatever you need to do. Over here is a soccer ball with no air in it. So I can't think of any uses for that, but I found another shoe over here. So here's another shoe. And now you would have, I'm not sure if this is the same shoe for the same side foot as the other one, or not. But now I've already found two shoes that you could wear if you had to. Okay, I found a straw thingy, which is probably disgusting, so I'm not going to take that. But there are all these little, like little seed ball things. There's tons of different ones at the beach, and I like to collect them because I use them as slingshot ammo, and because they're strong and hard, and they work good for slingshot. For here, I found some more rope. Not very much, but it could help you. Over here, there's a lighter. See if it works. The lighter still works. That's a score in a survival situation, to find a lighter that actually works. So I found a bottle over here, old plastic bottle from like a yogurt. It's probably all contaminated and full of bacteria and disgusting. So I'm not going to take that, but you could find a use for it if you found this in a survival situation. You could use it you could wash it out. You could collect some water maybe for your campsite or whatever, but I wouldn't suggest drinking water out of an old plastic bottle you find. There's lots of spoons at the beach, but a lot of them are broken and they're all disgusting, so I'm just going to leave the spoons, but I am going to collect these little nuts because they're cool looking and they're good for slingshots, like I said. So there's lots of wood at the beach with these rusty nails in them. You got to be careful that you don't step on them, because sometimes the pointy side sticks out. But if you had a hammer and you were trying to build a shelter, you could pry these out and it could help you build your shelter. So just so you know, stuff that looks like an old rusty nail that seems useless, just dangerous, could actually help you build a shelter that could save your life. Not only is the beach good to find driftwood to burn and to find stuff like garbage that could come in handy, you can also fish, collect crabs, do stuff like that to help you to feed yourself. And where there's rocks, sometimes you can find other sea thingies that you can eat. There's also these little hermit crabs. I don't know anybody that eats these hermit crabs, but maybe in a survival situation, I wonder if you could cook them and eat them. Okay, I see a bottle of water in here. Okay, so I just found an old bottle of water, but it has water and it looks okay, and it looks like a bottle of water that you could drink from. So I guess if this is all you had, you could drink it, because this one water looks fine, but I'm not gonna drink it because it's not an emergency. So you could like boil this because it might have some bacteria, but you could drink it. And you also get a plastic bottle that you can use to collect more water. And also, this beach is full of palm leaves, which is very flammable and easy to light a fire with. It's a shout out. Another yogurt bottle. Sometimes by places where there was like a river mouth. Right now there's not a river running, but there sometimes is when it rains a lot. Sometimes you'll find garbage there that washes down from up the river. So there's some stuff down in the river, like some empty bottles and some old slippers which look broken. But again, lots of driftwood, which could help you build a fire or build a shelter. Sometimes you can look like underneath wood and you'll find stuff that could save your life. Also, rocks like this are good for slingshot ammo. Nice little rocks. Okay, I found a beer can, which you could use to make a little pocket rocket stove or stuff, but probably all full of disgusting beer, so I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm not gonna take that, but survival, I would probably take that because it could come in handy. And stuff like coconuts, you could cut in half and make into like a bowl or a cup, or to hold your food or something. I just found a bag of skewers on the beach. They look perfectly fine, and this was actually a really good find, so I'm gonna take this. I just found an old piece of wax, and if you're a surfer and while you're surviving you feel like surfing, that could come in handy. So another thing you can look for when you're at the beach is coconut trees full of coconuts, because you can pretty much live off of just coconuts. And there are tons of coconut trees at the beach, especially here. So with the beer can, not only can you use the beer can, but you can take the little knob thing and cut it into the shape of a fish hook, if you needed to. What you can do is get these green palm tree leaves from short little palm trees, like those little ones over there, and you can make a shelter out of them, because the way they're designed, they're like, it's really easy to make a waterproof shelter compared to just using like leaves that you find on the floor. Like, you know how they make ranchos? Ranchos are completely waterproof, and you can probably make a shelter out of just palm leaves. I'll be making a video about how to make a shelter with palm leaves. That's a tall palm tree. We got a lot of beach to cover. Oh my gosh, I found a water bottle. Found a water bottle on the beach. I'm gonna open it. Ooh, I think there's some cold water in there, and I'm pretty thirsty. Just found a bottle with water. With ice. That was a pretty good find. I found this weird little thing. It's a seahorse. So if you're surviving and you have a younger brother or sister and you find this could keep them busy so that they're not bored. Make little sand seahorses all day. And I found a little shovel thing so they could also dig. Sometimes the best things you'll find could be like in a plant, like behind some big old leaves. So just always check when you're looking for stuff.
That's something.
Here's another one of these seed things that you can use for a slingshot. Score! Just found this big bundle of rope. Looks like there's like a bunch of different kinds of ropes, so I'm gonna get my knife out and try to cut some of this off because it's pretty buried in the ground. But if it was survival, I'd probably take the whole thing. out, but it's actually like a pile of like 20 different kinds of rope. So I'm just gonna cut some rope of the one that kind of looks like it could be useful and take that. But if it was like survival, I'd probably take this whole thing and like untangle it. It's just really time consuming. So I was able to untangle a decent amount of rope in about like 1 minute. So if I had the time, I'd probably undo this entire thing, and that would be a pretty good amount of rope. This probably just like fell off of like a boat or something and got like all tangled up, washed up here. Found a pair, 2 different shoes. Foot protection is pretty important, so if you had to, you could use it. Found a little shelter that someone built. With a little fixing up, this could be long term. Found an old leaf ankle thing. This has Velcro and it's pretty strong, so you could use this for fastening down stuff. And if you're just a surfer and you have a broken leash, this could maybe fix your leash. Yeah. So we're taking that. I found another lighter back here. Let's see if it works. It doesn't even spin, so that's real garbage. Okay, I found the skull of like a bird or a fish or something, and that's its peak. And that's pretty sharp and strong. So this is kind of disgusting, but if you had to, you could use this and make like a little arrow tip, or you make a spear for hunting, because you gotta catch food to eat. Found a little bracelet on the floor. It's got some little cordage. Definitely taking that. Okay guys, so let's recap what we found. Found a bunch of these little seed things which work like slingshot ammo, like I said. We found this, more slingshot ammo, this bracelet thing which has cordage which you could undo and you would have some string cordage. More rope cordage. We found a lighter that actually worked. Found this bag of skewers. I'm guessing someone had a bonfire at the beach. They were cooking some food and they like forgot this bag at the beach. But it was just like by this log, by this fire pit, so that's why I think someone forgot it there at night. But they all look perfectly fine. You could use this to cook your food, cook some food if you're surviving, or to hunt stuff. Found this bottle with water, which you probably boil and then drink. Found this leash thing from the leash part that goes on your ankle. Somebody probably broke it and then they just left it there. But you could use this to fasten down wood together or whatever you would need to. And I found that big bundle of rope and I just cut some of it off and this is what I got. This could help me build a shelter, do all kinds of stuff. And that's everything that I found today. I found a bunch of slippers, but I decided not to bring them back, right, Malaya? And yeah, this is everything that I brought back. So thanks for coming along with me, guys. That was pretty fun walking to the beach. It took about an hour and we just like walked along the entire beach. And now it's time to go eat some dinner. So see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.